Okay, 13 through 18. 2.3, right? Showing off my memory. Here? Starting here? Okay. So 13 says if all the letters of the alphabet were used, if they represented 0, yeah, okay. Would be the base 10 numeral for the alphabet numeral. Okay. So, if we used, okay, so how many symbols do we have? How many single digit symbols do we have? You can do it. 10, beautiful. We have 1 through 9 plus a symbol for 0, correct? So in base 10, we have 10 symbols. In every base, in base 4, what's the highest single digit? 3. So what symbols are there? 0, 1, 2, 3. There's 4 digits in base 4. If we use the letters of our alphabet, how many symbols would that be? 26, right? So what base would that be? 26 base. Yeah, the base 26. You guys ready? If A is 0, B is 1, and so forth, let me see if you guys are with me. What would Z represent? In fact, you know this. Yeah, it's got to be 25 because the highest single digit in base 26 is 25. I want you guys to all read over. What's the highest single digit in base 4? 3. But how many digits are there in base 4? Because we include 0, 4. 26 digits, one of them 0, so the highest single digit, which is Z, would be 25. And what is each place? What did we just say each place is? We just said it's base what?
26.
26. So this is the what place?
Ones.
Ones place, and the next Z is in the 26th place. Does that help? I mean, Z means 25. I know what place, then I can just multiply it and get the number. Yeah. So right there, you should know 14. 14. What's wrong with 14? What's wrong with that? Why does that not make sense? Yeah, can't have a 4. In fact, you can't even have a 3, yeah? Okay. And I think that kind of relates. Well, number 15, we talked about 15 before. Number 16, okay. I think I did talk about 16, but can somebody start counting in base 4? I'll start. 0, 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, 20. How does it work? How does it work in base 10? It was 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, roll over to 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 19, right? 9, roll over. So how does it work in base 4? 0, 1, 2, 3, roll over, 10. 11, 12, 13, roll over, 20. It's the same idea. Exactly the same reason. What is 13 base 4? 13 base 4. 3 is in the ones place, 1 is in the fours place. So that would be 4 plus 3 is 7. If I add 1 to that, I get 8. And what's 8 in base 4? That's 2 4s, no 1. So 13 plus 1, base 4 is 20. So if I need to count in any base, anytime I'm about to hit the base, I roll over. How do I do it in base 10? When it represents 9, roll over. 1, 0. 19, roll over. 20. So base 4, that's just going to happen more often. It's going to happen quicker because I'm going to hit the base faster every time. Maybe, and that's why in base 4, it takes a much larger numeral to represent a smaller one in numeric, because right, like 20 represents 8 for us from base 4. Okay, I don't know if that helped. Okay. Oh, what does expanded notation mean? Like 143. In expanded notation would be 1 times 100 plus 4 times 10 plus 3 times 4. It literally is just a digit times the base value, right? So what's 22 base 3? How can you expand that? 2 times? No, it's base 3. 2 times 3 plus 2 times 1, yeah. Yeah, keep going. So if you want to, you can write the base, the 3 places. 1, 3, 9, 27. And that's literally all I have to do there. Yes?
Is the actual test just going to be like this, but with different numbers?
I wouldn't go like that. I'd say, all right, you ready for a very, you guys are future teachers, so here's a very teacher answer. The same concepts that are on the practice test will be in the actual test. Okay. Now listen, you can bank on there being a Venn diagram. By the way, in keeping with my being a human, I don't know if anybody tried this. This should say 3 there. So if anybody tried this Venn diagram, it doesn't quite work. You have to have like a negative person to make this work, so it's a little tricky. If nobody tried this, great. Make that a 3 before you try. This is number 2, by the way, sorry. I'm really zoomed in here. Trying not to show you too many answers yet. So see where it says, yeah, studies history and chemistry, that should say 3 there. Okay. Yeah. Oh, the only, I printed out enough for everybody, but somehow, so you get my, you get the one that I started making a key out of, and then I rewrote it because I started. You're welcome. Yeah, oh, by the way, all right, sorry. So you know there's going to be at least one Venn diagram problem, maybe one both ways. We're going to give you a Venn diagram and ask you questions, sort of like number
3.
Thank you, and then, or I ask you to create a Venn diagram. Yes? So you know there's going to be a Venn diagram problem. It can't be that different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You know there's going to be questions where I give you A, B, C sets and you, and then I ask you not A or B. You know there's going to be ones like that, right? You can bank on that shit, and I can't change those much.
Okay.
But, for example, this is not going to make you feel great, but this stuff, the kind of wordy problems from chapter 1, could be in it. I could ask you to make a list, I could ask you to draw a diagram, I could ask you to do any of the processes you learned in chapter 1. There's no standard look to those. Just remember this. Kids just know. Remember this. The most important thing is to show me your thought process. Do not erase everything that you do, because you could have been closer than you thought. If you can't get the answer, at least show me what you're trying to do. That's what I'm really looking for is, do you even know how to start this problem? Do you know how to tackle this problem? Maybe it gets weird somewhere, but at least show me you know what to try to do. Right? Yep.
The one that you said make it a different number, what was that on?
Make it a simpler problem? Oh, I'm sorry, number 2. Sorry, let me show it again. Number 2, right where it says studies, history, and chemistry?
Yeah.
Make it a 3, not a 1. Yeah. Whoopsie. Yes.
If we wanted to use the practice test to study, are you going to post the key on this? Or?
No, I've got it right there. I'm going to give it to you later. Not quite yet. So I have the answer key. I'm going to give it to you later. So if you have to leave early, don't leave without a key. Okay. Yes. 8 in what section? 2, 3. Oh yeah. Okay, so we talked about this one before, but does somebody remember the idea, what you have to do first here? It doesn't make sense to write 1, 3, 3, 7 because this is base 3. There is no 3 in base 3. So what do these 3 together make? A cube. So the very first thing, let's see if this makes sense. You want to collapse what you can. Don't these collapse together and make a cube? Don't these collapse together and make a flat? Don't three of these collapse and make a long? Do you see what I'm saying? So you want to take these three and make it one more cube. Yes? So at the moment you have no flats, but then these three together make a flat, right? Don't three straight longs make a flat? Okay. And you keep going, yeah. Your answer cannot have any digits bigger than 3 in it, or bigger than 2 in it, since it's base 3. Huh? So, if I had a valid question from the beginning, let me see, do I have paper? I sort of do, yes. So like if I asked you, oh man, this got writing all over it, so it's gonna go. What is that in base 3? Oh my goodness. This would be 1, 2, 1, 2. So that'd be 12, 12, base 3. And you see how there's no number bigger than 2? So the problem with this problem, and they didn't do this, it wasn't a mistake, this is part of the problem. You must first put them together in the most efficient way. I could put 3 flats and make 1 cube, yes? We kind of did that when it had base, I think it was base 3 we used. The little pieces, yeah. Those are going to come back, by the way, when we start doing addition, multiplication in different bases. Yay. Okay. So you erase these and you put another 3 of these each make more. So it's sort of like just propagates up. Right? Those 3 go up, those 3 go up. Sounds like it. Yes. Yes. Yeah. I'd like to see some work, some idea of what happened.
Okay.
That looks like the right answer, but show me something happened.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, that's how you know you're on the right track, because these two should be the same. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think you, yeah, since this is not an intersection, it should be more. Okay. Yes. Not many, but I remember everyone that had. It's the worst feeling in the world, just to, I'm a math teacher, so I'm gonna, it's not like I'm making it correct, but still, it really hits you.
I saved that for when I'm at home.
Huh?
I said I saved that for when I'm at home.
Oh, I thought you were saying, I'll tell them to go sit, do it at home. Don't do that in front of me. Don't try. Oh, yeah? You save it all up for one subject as a.
I'm just really bad at
Oh, no. Sorry.
I guess
these are exactly that. We just changed the sign. The upside down one looks like an N, so I think A and B. So it has to be in both. So it's going to be a smaller set. This one means or, so it could be one or the other one. It's always going to be larger. So you've got A, B, and B written. So what is not in here? That could have been in there, because this is everything that could have been. So this says what is not in this set. So what is just what is not in there. So when you see that not on the top, kind of cover it, go this set, what's not in there. You're smart, you actually told yourself what the set is, and now you can easily see. Right? You're welcome. So just to really make sure you understand how today works, if nobody's asking anything, the floor is entirely yours. You understand? You can just ask whatever. If you have no questions, then I'll just stand here and stare at you. Oh. Yes, so we have to start with 10 has to get standard edition, so just chose to start with A. So B is 11. Yeah. So I'll always do it like that. The book sometimes does the T10E11 thing, which is crap. I'm always going to do A, B, C, D. No. So they only use that for base 12. Or base, the base 11 or 12. Which is silly. I wish they wouldn't do that. It's just easier to remember A, B, C for
I was
everything.
actually thinking about that before
I'll do A, B, C, D.
So does it go all the way up to like Z?
It's totally good, yeah. And then once we get there, we have to go more, and then we choose Greek letters, or we can even do capital versus lowercase, and that's double. You see? Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, if you're talking about there's math that requires you to do like a million places. In which case, we have very different ways to designate what's what. It gets a little crazy. Yep. I would first, what is not A and what is not B, and then you can see their intersections easily.
So it's the same as this one.
It's supposed to be, but you don't necessarily know that. If you do know that, you can explain why. Or you could do, if I ask you to do A intersect B, it's easy, because you can see A, you can see B. So if I ask you to do not A intersect not B, take a moment and just write what each of those are, and then it'll become an easy question. Once it's not A and not B. You don't know until you know what it is.
Right.
Yeah, so take a moment, figure out what not A is, what's not A that could have been A, and what's not B that could have been A. No, totally.
So I was looking at inverse and then I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm so maybe I
Oh, it's really hard to keep everything in your head. So you try to keep everything in your head. No, splay it out for yourself.
okay.
Show yourself what not A is, show yourself what not B is, because then the intersection's easy. You just go, what's in both of those things? If you create the sets and find an intercept, then you can just go, okay, what's in both of them? You're trying to think, I see A, not A, I see B, not B. Oh my God, that's a lot to keep up here. I don't want to do that. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Oh yes, it change this to 3, right? Because otherwise it's impossible. So, real quick, let me talk about that one. There's the problem I asked you to change the one number, right? The one about the chemistry and the statistics and all that. So let me see. So group of students. So let me do this. Does anyone remember? Well, first off, everybody agrees that this requires how many circles?
3.
Yeah. So I got a chemistry circle. I've got let me make it the same way you guys probably did. Yeah, we got a history circle. I don't know if this is the way you guys did it. A chemistry circle and a stat circle. Okay. Does anyone remember where we should start? In the middle. How many are taking all 3? 2 of them are taking all 3. Now you work out from there. How many are already in the history and chemistry intersection? How many are already there? Two. And there's supposed to be a total of 3, right? So how many are right there? 1. Now you got 3 taking history and chemistry. You don't want to put, if you put a 3 here, then I've got 5 people. No, I don't. Do you guys see that? When you put, this is why you start in the very middle, because you've already got 2 people in every circle, in every intersection. So then this specific intersection is history and chemistry, 3 total. I've already got 2, so I'm going to put a 1 right there. What about history and statistics? How many are studying history and statistics? 8. How many do I have in there already? 2. So there should be 6 here. And then you keep working it out. Do you see that? Okay. So always start at the innermost region, the one that is in all 3 circles. Yeah, huh? I'm not sure who is first.
Well, just because my thing is like, so there's not people
Beautiful. I love it, because you've already got 2 in there, so that would be 0 there. Yeah.
So you just, for the amount of people that are in the class, you're just trying to get that number.
You're trying to get that total, adding on to what's already in that circle. So when you get to the point where, like for me, I've already got 9 people in the history circle, right? So there's supposed to be, how many in history? 19 history, so then I would put 10 here, because now I got 19 total. I've already got 9 in the history circle, right? Okay. It's just, you can't double count people, no matter as much as they try to get their vote counted more than once. And then just put whatever you need to make it a total. Yes, exactly. Good. Yeah. Oh, that's the one. So the one thing I noticed when down there is line over or something, and it means times 1,000. So if you make it a B and put a 1, that's 5%. You need 6,000, you go for BI and put 1. Whatever the hell you want to. This is review day, so I've got the practice session last time, we've got the quiz corrections. Somehow I ran out, even though I created more than I needed, so I'll have to go print one out for you real quick. Yeah, I'll do that right now. Oh, well this would be 1,000 times 1,000. You see that, so that would be 1,000,000. You want 5 times 1,000, so make it simple for 5, and then borrow. Yeah, borrow or something, you just multiply that by 1,000. So if I wanted 3,000, I'll put 1, 2, 3, and then a line over it, that would be 3 times 1,000. No, M is 1,000. M is 1,000. Yeah, so if you have your one quiz, got that, all the stuff I gave you, including the one quiz. Yeah. Oh, I got you, okay. Yeah, at the end, now you just, each one of these is not double counting anything, so if you add them all up, you'll see how many total people. No, add each thing up. Each thing is now its own distinct people. You didn't double count anyway.
Yeah, so it's like this, so basically we're writing all the numbers that are.
Oh. No, here's the places.
Yeah, so you write all the numbers that
It
are.
works just like
part of
this.
the set.
Just like
So
ours.
maybe like, for example,
This means 7. This means.
yeah, you do.
7 times 1 plus.
So basically, you just, it's a
Plus
plus.
3 times.
So whatever is in here that is not in here.
You got these translated
For example, but it's 0, 1,
1,
10. So now you have to subtract everything that is in A.
Same thing as this is 1.
So basically, first just write everything that's in
31
here.
times 60 plus 24.
Yeah, so basically everything that is not in green, push your right side out. And then you take away everything that is.
Oh, okay, hold on, let
that
me,
it isn't.
we'll do
I
that
don't know if that makes sense.
when I get back. I gotta
First, you have to find out what is not.
print out.
So just write whatever is not in green.
You would add, so add all.
Let's see. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. No, print out. Anybody else need a practice test? Gonna print one out. Okay, good.
Now you have to subtract whatever is from these numbers. Subtract from this number, from this right here. Take away every number that is in this set, because it is already in this set. So take away whatever is in the set here, which will be the top. So whatever numbers match this one and this one, you will take them off. Yeah, yeah, if they match, it's not gonna be part of the answer. For that one, yeah, correct. So it's zero, since zero is not in there, this is part of the answer. And then since one is part of it, it's not part of the answer. And then it's, that's all the numbers that are not in B, right? So the answer would be anything that's here, but not here. So basically, yeah, that's what basically just means. Because at the end of the day, you have to subtract the elements from A, which will be 1 and 2. Does that make sense? So basically, this is a different group word. That's this. Yeah, that's, now you have to subtract A, which A is this one. Anything that matches basically here and here is not part of the answer. No, because it's nothing. That's what this means. So everything that is not in, but is part of the sets. So basically, you write every number. These means you don't write a number. You just write everything that's here. That is not. I wrote all over your paper. So.
Oh, yeah, okay, so somebody asked me about, oh. Oh, yeah, yeah, I'll probably help. So guys, number 8 and number 10, we did the train one last time, which looking back, I was like, man, why did I do that whole problem? I wanted to let you guys try it, but I like that train problem. Of course I would. There's a way to do number 8 without algebra at all. So he has 9 times as many peach trees as apple trees. And how many apple trees am I claiming he has? 262. Can you then tell me that if I claim that, that would mean he would have to have how many peach trees? Because how many more peach trees does he have than apple trees? 9 times as many. So if it's true that he has 262 apple trees, how many peach trees must he have? 9 times that, yes, it just says that. It says he has 9 times as many peach trees. So if you take 262 plus 9 times 262, you better end up with how many, and this would be true? 2620. That's the way to do it without algebra. You can just verify. That's like checking your answer. So if he's got 260 geometry, if that's true, then when I add it to 9 times that, that should be the total number of trees this dude has. Good old Bill. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry. And then number 10, somebody else asked me about number 10. 10 is very algebra. You could sort of guess and check, I guess. But I told you to usually use a variable. Okay. So be really careful on the test. If I ask you to use a certain strategy, you must use that strategy. You could do another one on the side if you want to, just to kind of make sure if you like it, if you had one that you like better. Help me out. There's 3 consecutive odd counting numbers. Do you know what any of them are at first?
No.
I have no freaking clue. So tell me what the first one is. You don't know what it is. So tell me what it is. You know, like, this is why I hate math people. It's just shit. So when we don't know something, what do we assume it is? You could either call it, what do you, in algebra, what do you do when there's something you don't know? You call it x. You can call it n, you can call it x. So let's call it x. First one is x. What must the next one be? X plus 2. Not next, Jeff, say second. And then the third one would be x plus 4. Yeah. Every odd number is how far away from the next one? 2. So if I start at 3, how do we get to 5? Add 2. If I start at 3, how do we get to 7? Add 4. So if one is, the first one's x, the next one must be 2 more than that, and the next one must be 2 more than that. So this would be the way it would work for even or odd. Even numbers, odd numbers are all separated by 2, yeah? Are you guys with me? If it just said consecutive numbers, that would be x, x plus 1, x plus, because every number is 1 away from the next one. Okay. And you're like, what did you learn today, Glenn? Numbers are 1 apart. So, what kind of equation can I set up now? What does it say? In English, it says the sum of the largest. Okay, what's the largest one? X plus 4 is the largest one. The sum of that and twice the smallest one. So I take the largest one and I add it to twice the smallest one. What's that? And I get what? There you go. So that's his English, and I translated it to Mathish. The largest plus twice the smallest is 67. You can read it like a sentence. And now you solve that, right? And you guys, if you thought elementary school, I don't have to do algebra anymore, you're very wrong. Very wrong. Because you're not necessarily going to get those 3rd graders. You might get those 8th graders. They're doing algebra. Is that all right? Does that get you on the right track? So, how many X's do you have total? You have 1 X here, 2 more X's. How many total X's? 3. So 3 X's. Plus 4 is still there, right? So you just combine, put your equals. Good. Now that 4 was just not there, and I can divide that 3 with that. So how do I get rid of that plus 4? No, they're not like terms. I have 3 X's plus 4. I can't put those, I don't have 7 anything. If it was 3x plus 4x, that would be 7x's, because now I'm combining how many x's I have. See that? So what happens if you subtract 4 from both sides? Yeah, so put minus 4, minus 4. So now it says what? 3x. Plus 0, yeah, you don't need that. That equals 63. And now how do you get the x by itself? What's the 3 doing to me? that mean when the 3 is sitting next to the x? What operation is that? 3 what x? Is it subtracting? Multiplication, yeah. So how do you kill the 3? What's the opposite of multiplying? Good. So divide both sides by 3. Now it's going to kill the 3, and you'll know what x is. And guys, on that problem there, the one about the consecutive odd numbers, when you get x, are you done? Because what's the question asking? What's the middle number? And the middle number is x plus 2. So when you figure out what x is, you're not done. That's the smallest number. I want the middle number. Yes. I don't know. What was the problem?
It's not fair, somebody
All the items were the same price. And she bought as many items as the price of each item in cents. It cost cents, and she would have bought 10 of them. Oh, all the items were the same price. Okay. 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 15 cents, and she buys 15. Yeah, beautiful. I love it. So really, it's just it boils down to squares because it's going to be the number times itself.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I think once the problems were the right ones, you had a couple of mistakes, but not like terrible number. Like, do you see the idea here? You're not adding because this is where we get the idea of multiplication from. So A, D, A, E, A, F, B, D, B, E, B, F, C, D, C, E, C, F. That's 9 things, right? But I want 6. So the way you think about it is, what do I multiply with 6? Well, if I put 2 here and 3 there, that would be 6. Then I would end up with 6 total things. So that's why that symbol looks like times. It's because that's where we stole that symbol from. It actually means something else, but we realized, oh, well, 2 times 3 is 6. So we're going to use that symbol to mean times. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, the braille stuff. The thing that's tripping people up is the comma. What do they say the comma is? Here. Oh, so like this here means the next thing is a number, right? So they said here, this means that's a number. So then the next thing is the 2 and then 1, right? That little block. So which number has a 2 and then 1 would be 8. So it's really just matching the symbol with the number.
So this one, that's the one I was trying to write.
The first one you saw is a number. So if I'm somebody who's blind, I want to know that what I'm about to read is a number.
Okay.
So I got a little symbol for word, a little symbol for number. But the thing that's people really confused is that where to go? Comma. Comma looks like 1. Comma is not 1. See, that's a comma. See, that's a comma.
But one is here.
Yes, okay, good.
Okay.
So people were misreading it, okay. I just like, we don't think about Braille very often.
Yeah.
So it's kind of neat to see what the numbers look like in Braille.
I was just going to.
Yeah. I don't know sometimes. Yes. So be careful. So that means and Z means 25, correct? So 25 ones plus 25 26s. Isn't that how we do? Yeah. It'll work exactly the same as any other base. I know. But the process doesn't long as I have 399 symbols for a single digit, I can do base 400. And the math is exactly the same. Number times place plus number times place. Okay.
You go. Okay, okay, so for speed, but
Yes, so what I did for myself was I told myself what these two things were. So then when I say A intersect, not A intersect B, what's in both of these? Not A intersect B, so now I can see both sets. And negative five, negative, yeah.
I was thinking something different. Now I get it.
Okay, you want. And whenever I have like a knot, take a second and just write that piece. And then you got it, you look at it, so it's easier to do questions about it.
So how do you convert, like, from base 10 to base?
Alright, first thing you do is you make some blank places. So the first place, no matter what base is gonna be, keep going. Keep going. Yeah, and then 7 and 4. So real quick, do 7 to the 4. Make sure it doesn't go too far. It's gotta be bigger than 1763.
Do we turn the
No, I've got the answer for you. So that's good. So cross that out. So that's a good thing. So now I know I went far enough. So now figure out what 7 cubed is, and then do this divided by that.
Kind of like, probably you're doing
Yeah, they're exactly the same. These are the same idea as this, they just have different symbols.
Oh,
So in a way, this should be harder than that, but often students, you guys realize this is different entirely because you got different symbols and all that stuff. But I think this is like, it's our symbol, so you think it's supposed to be the same thing. To be honest, they're exactly the same math. Yeah.
that makes sense.
I like somebody who did I, oh. Always, yes. For me, it's always gonna be one. Oh, this is currently our base. So these should be blank. This is base 7. You don't know what they are yet. So this is going from I know what the places are. So that's why this is easy. If I'm starting in our own, going to somebody else that sucks, these are all blank. Then I have to divide, subtract. So I have to. Yep. Yes, good. No. You still have to do this. So here's the idea. What's A intersect B? Remember to just point to it. So then not A intersect B with everything else gets shaded. You just shade everything except in the here. You have to think. You might have to do this in 2 steps. What's not A? It's everything except the A circle. What's not B? It's everything except the B circle. So then if I add those shadings together, there's only one more place that will be included. And that's the same thing. So you're showing visually that these are the same, just like you saw on the totally, because what's not an A, everything else on the A circle. Everything that's outside of B circle, and then you want to shade, and the union puts all the shadings together.
I was just.
Oh, you got 2. Yeah, good, twice. Yeah, this way. And then this is, yeah, this way. We got right there, it's supposed to be 8 total in history statistics, yes. But you already have 2, so this should be 6. So when you put that 2 there, every circle's got 2, every little intersection's got 2 already. There's supposed to be 6 total in history statistics, right? We've already got 2, that should, sorry, 8 total. We've already got 2, that should be 6. Yeah, take away 2 from these, so that will be 0. Because there's supposed to be a total of 2 statistics in history, right? True, what statistics? Here, 2. So it's supposed to be a total of 2, you already got 2 there, so this will be 0. Yeah. You see, that's why you start at the very middle. You've already got 2 everywhere. So as you step out, you You just don't add more. You have to add up to where you know the totals. Total, let's just say normal English. So if you have a student that is A and B, what sentence would you write about that person? No, no, they have to be A and B. What is the definition of how do you get to the A set? You know they're sophomores, and they have to be in the B set. So how would you say it in normal everyday English? All of the students who are sophomores and in. Oh, sophomores and.
I think so.
Oh,
It's just
I don't know. Oh.
the number in your place.
Just put these and say all.
I don't. I'm confused at this part.
Oh, more English would be all sophomores who are in orchestra. Yes, because they have to meet both. I think even the way I said it's not good because if I said, I want all sophomores and all people in orchestra, that would be or, right? Yes, good. They have to be both. They have to make both requirements.
I think it's just.
So, or with base 10, base 10. You keep multiplying by 10 equal to this one, right? So I'm in base 6 currently. So you got 4 places here, right? Rewrite it so you can split it. So what's this first place on this one? 1. Next place is 6. Next place. Oh, go for it. You're good. Good. 7, 36, 6. You just, if you're base 6, you just start with 1 and you just keep multiplying by 6. Just like we do in base 10. 1 times 10 times 10. And then put the 3, 1, 5, 2 because it's in base 6, so those places are filled. And I literally just, how would we put this number back together? 4 times 100 plus 6 times 10 plus, right? So here, what would this be? 3 times 260. You got 3 of these plus 1 of these and so forth. You just put it back together. That'll be what that represents in our base. Yeah. So that's how each of these work. These are worse because they start in our base. So this base 7 will be empty. So then you have to divide and subtract to figure out what goes in. Try these first. They're all basically the same. Oh no. But when you go to write it, so this is good for you. But now what's the answer? 1, 1.
And this is different.
Remember, A is 10. Okay.
And this is the good. So just how many times this number is.
Yes, they do. That's that is a big. Because otherwise there'd be way too many. To know the basic number helps us.
But this is in places.
Oh.
What is the answer?
Oh, I see, okay. So 7 cubed is 343, and when you divide 1763 by it, you got 5. Okay. Okay, and then you had how much left? 48? 48. So then you got none of those, I love it. So how many 7s go into 48? 6, good. Keep going. Yeah, you're good. Sounds right.
But then you have, oh, and then 48 months.
Yes, exactly. And I'll tell you what has to go there. Yeah. I think that's right. Let's see. Yeah, cool. I just couldn't remember. You did the right work. Oh, okay. Let me do this. Guys, I want to do an example that will really help solidify why we have to use A, B, C, D sometimes, yes? So watch this, guys. Let's say I want to take, wait, let me make a problem, that'll work. Oh, God. Yeah, that'll work. All right. Let's say I want to take 27 to base 14, yes? You guys with me? I want to convert 27 to base 14. So what places am I using? 1's 14s. That's all I need, right? How many 14s? 1. What's left? 13. So then I put 13. Why can the answer, now tell me again, tell me exactly how many places do we know there are? There must be how many places in this answer? 2, yes? If I write 113 base 14, how do I know I'm wrong? How many places are there? 3. Aren't there 3? 1, 2, 3. Yes? Now we know we mean 13 in one place, but if I write this, ain't nobody else in the universe going to know we mean that. So therefore, I need a single digit that means 13. And what do we use? 10, 11, 12, 13. So this would be 1D base 14. That is why, if I use 2 digits in one place and I write it, it looks like 2 places. But it's supposed to be 1 place. That's why we have to use a single symbol, and we just chose to use the alphabet. Why not? Because we're math people. We like the alphabet for some reason. X's and Y's is special. Is that better? Okay. Does that answer your actual question? Sorry. So that was kind of related to something I wanted to say. Yeah, for me, A will always be 10, B will always be 11, and so forth. So this means, now think about the places, right? 1, 16s, 2, 56, so 8 1s, 11 16s. Yeah, so you can immediately replace B with 11. Yeah, exactly.
And the answer is D.
No, the answer would be 2 of these, plus 11 of these, plus 8 of these. No.
Is B
No.
right?
2 of these, so 2 times this, plus 11 times this, yeah. You gotta put it back together.
Yes.
Yeah, so now you do in your calculator 2 of these, plus 11 of these, plus 8 of these. So 2 times 2, 56, plus, yeah. Yes.
So the part that's confusing to me is like if A equals 0, so there would be letters of alphabet.
Yep.
I would use 25 because you can't, that's like you put 10 in the one place and you can't just do that, so you have to move it up. Would it just be 20?
No, here's why. Base 10. How many single digit numbers are in it? No. The highest single digit is 9. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, but you're forgetting. Yeah. So there's 10 symbols if we include 0. 9 is the highest single digit, but there's 10 including 0, right? Does that make sense? So if I have 26 symbols, one of them will be a 0. And the rest of them go up to 25, therefore it makes 26. If the highest single digit is 25, I must be in base 26. Highest single digit is 9, I must be in base 10.
Oh, that makes.
I know, it's a little weird because you got 25, 26, highest, blah, blah, yeah.
I think it was a 0 though.
Yes, we always forget about 4 0. Oh yeah, of course. It's gonna be a very weird video, I don't know. Not sure you can catch much of what I'm saying. You got both sides, right? Yeah, okay. The original and yes. have 2 people in there, how many total is supposed to be taking history and statistics? Yeah, so you got a sense there, so far so good. And in this one, how many total is supposed to be taking chemistry and statistics? Aren't there already 2 in there? 0, good. You could have nobody, so that would mean nobody is taking just chemistry and statistics. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's taking chemistry, statistics, but not history. That's what that 0 means. 2 people are taking all 3. But they happen to also be taking history. They're already in that other group. So as you work your way out, just try not to double count anyone. Yeah. No.
That's what I did, I just wrote it
Well,
next to it.
because for me, I'm hoping students are inquisitive enough to go back and realize why the answer is true. Now, in that case, somebody can just go true,
Yeah.
but I'm hoping people are like, what the shit, why is that not?
I mean, that's why I just.
I'm with you. But if I were you, I'd be like, wait a minute, I thought I had that.
Yeah, I did review that.
But if you look back, does it make sense? If it doesn't make sense, then you answer. Maybe I made a mistake, maybe I crossed through it, but, you know. Oh, I just must have forgotten. I make sure D, what did D say? One of the 2 is a mistake. I'm pretty sure probably this one I just didn't cross through it. I think the last 3 were supposed to be true.
Here's 3.
3 says, 3, what is this, 3C? Yeah, 4-3 is definitely a subset of 2-3-4 for sure, so that should be true. Oh, G, the empty set is equal to the empty set. Yeah, so that's true. Doesn't this mean subset or equal to? No, that's the empty set.
That's how I read that. But
Yeah, so I try to make a big deal of that. If you make a 0 line through it, in this class it means
Wait,
empty set.
since you're here, I have another question.
You asked for the one here.
Oh, okay.
So in that case, this happens all the time. Somebody gets a test back, they're like, you took 2 points off of me, but not, I'm like, well, that other person got like, so. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna take somebody's grade down, yeah. So that one of you guys got like a game.
So for this question here, so, it's,
Well, you're gonna need some water. You alright? Sort of.
Because like, if you miss the exit, you're going to
okay, we won't go to Mexico.
So I know what like this.
So that's R and T, but there's no overlap, so is that what you?
That's the empty set, yeah.
So I wrote.
Empty set literally is the set of nothing. So if the answer is there's nothing, then that's the empty set. Or you can just do a literal empty set.
Okay, cool. So that's just fine.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, this.
Would it be true to say, for example, as we see like say on the opening book, so we're not having 2 consecutive pieces. So that would mean the 2 consecutive numbers, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
So that,
And what's true about any 2 consecutive numbers, one of them has to be what kind of number? Even.
so that's how
And the minute you have an even number involved in a product, the answer has to be even. Yeah. Because that's why you're like, dude,
yeah, so that's,
what kind of book is that?
would that be, because I was gonna try to do it this way, right?
Oh, neato.
But then I was like.
Good lord, that would be gross.
Yeah. And then that's when I realized.
So this is more of a talking instead of a mathing. Yeah.
So I have also.
4 places I like. 2 and then zeros and then. Oh, okay. Here's the problem. It's currently our system, right? So these are blank. So erase those. You're trying to figure out how many 20s and how many 1s would make 27. How many 20s? Start with the biggest one first. Well, and then how many? Yeah. So it would be 1 blueberry and then 7 orange. Okay, is that cool? That's one of the easiest things to do with this is to go the wrong way. Well, when we go from ours to somebody else's, that sucks. Places are places. When it goes from somebody else's to ours, that's awesome. That's multiplying ours. Yeah. Oh, this dude. So you think you got it? It's like you have to make some assumptions first, just to feel it out. There's a little bit I got some check first, just to see how things play together. But I mean, this, I don't know if it's gonna be involved in this, because I didn't even try to work this out and answer, but the minute this is more than 2, you're gonna have to carry it. That becomes a part of it, okay. Yes, totally. That'd be so mean if I didn't. So just make sure everybody understands, I am gonna give you the Roman numerals, the Egyptian numerals, and the Mayan places. You have to memorize the Mayan symbols, the Babylonian symbols, the Babylonian places.
After like a long time, good cat. So I feel like I'm really
I understand.
and then when I write, my hand starts to make sounds of it.
Well, it would be the other way, right? You always build one, you build that way. But here's the trick, we talked about this one earlier. Somebody put these down, but they didn't finish. If you put those 3 together, what would it make? No, I mean, if you literally glued them together.
Oh, they make
Yes! So erase those 3 flats, and now you have 2 cubes. What can you do with, so those are no longer there, those 2 cubes, right? What about these 3 pieces here, if you take those together? One of those, good. So you wanna do that as much as you can, and then at the end, you're gonna write, so like, you're gonna have, the first number of your answer is gonna be 2. Now you have to keep going though, you have to, see how you can put 3 of these units together to make a long?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta do that as much as you can. Put stuff together, because at the moment, you've got like 3, but that doesn't exist in base 3. You got 7, that doesn't exist in base 3. Because somebody didn't put those together yet. Yeah. Yeah.
For instance, like true or false goes in the base, is it always 1 instead of base?
Always. So that's silly. Any single digit in the base is gonna be ones and so.
Yeah, okay, I just wanted to make sure, thank you.
Good. Or C, so it could be these or C. So whenever you see the or, it's like you're just adding. So what have you not listed so far that is in C? Good, and? Good, so add those in. So the numbers you're gonna write could be numbers that are in A, or they could be in C. So whenever you see an or, it's always gonna increase your answer, because it's gonna add more options. Yeah, so which one, sorry? For this one? We'll start from the inside. What's B or C? 7, yeah, everything. And it has to be an A though. So what is in B or C and it's in A? And? One more thing. Yeah, B or C is all this, yes? And out of those, what's also in A? Minus 16. Okay. You're good. Just had this with me recently. Oh, don't add them up. You want to know the regions. So like if you say 13, I don't know, there's multiple ways to make 13. I'm not sure which region it is. 2121, that's the number, so no, don't put that. So what is it in base 3? 2121 base 3.
2121 base 3.
Yep, because that's what it is. 2121 base 3.
I don't know why I don't think
Oh, it's the same idea, but so if you write 2121 base 3, that means this. And that's exactly what you figured out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that number in base 3 is 2121. And you know it's valid because there's no number bigger than 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then.
Yeah, he's great. So like, it's like, he's really nice.
No, explain how it's not duplicated and added. So it's exact. How would you did this already? How did you get 70? What did you do? And then you added. Okay. So what if this was base 10? What's the places? No, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. Wouldn't this be 2 times 1,000 plus 1 times 100 plus multiplicative added? Multiply by the place you're in, and you add the next thing. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, you can have it. It's yours. Okay. Here, guys, I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I'll go ahead and give you the key. Guys, this is the first practice test answer key you're getting from me. Do not, if you haven't done much of the practice test, don't do this when I give this to you. Yep. I would have done that. Right? Don't. You understand what I'm saying? That will build false confidence. It's easy to agree with me. So, only, if you're going to look at this, only look at the ones you've tried already. Yes? Alright, here we go. You're there. By the way, this also means do not turn your practice test in, dear God. You've got enough paper. I don't need the practice test, but I need the answers. What's that? I wrote each of these. No, you're kidding. I color copied them. I'm not going to do that shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
Except for the test, you would have this thing for, is it not?
The Romans, the Egyptians, and the Mayan places.
Okay, so everything else I have to memorize is what you said. Recording it.
So you figure out the number here. The right way to do that Romans is to break this up to 1,000 plus 200. Okay, so what's Roman for 1,000? And what's Roman for 200? Yeah, so empty. So if 1,200 is right, you can also put something down. It's like maybe that's what the finger is. Finger is 10,000. See that? There should be 10,200. And then what are these? Oh, I see. Okay, I'm with you. So it's 12,000. That's mine. 12,030. Okay, you're right. I'm looking at this. So, how do I write 12,000? Well, in Roman, I put a line above something that multiplies by 1,000. So can you write the number 12 in Roman? What's the number 12 in Roman? It's what plus what plus what? Yeah, excellent. You put a line above that, that means times 1,000. That's 12. And then you just need to write 30. Well, that's 10 of that. We are 9 Do I have, is everybody roll? You got some, did you get some? Yeah. You did, thank you guys. Yeah, it doesn't take much. I forgot I gave some of you already, I'm like, how do I have one? Oh, okay. So, okay. Oh, it's funny, it's like, you could either, yes, you could either, if you take 260 apple trees, how many peach trees must they have? Nine times as many peach trees. So if he's got 262 apple trees, how do you figure out how many peach trees? Yeah. And then if this is correct, when you add those together, you should end up with 26. So that's how many total trees. That's the direct way. Also in the key I show is algebraic way. Oh, I just ran out of room, but you can write it like, what was it, supposed to be 7? You just wrote it as 7. Okay, I just was running out of room, yeah. So remember with Babylonians, you do not have to use the minus symbol if you don't. So you can write 9 as, well, the purpose is 9, or you can do 10 minus 1, either way. Oh yeah. So look at it. Base 10. What's the largest single digit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 has got 2 digits, yes? So what's the largest single digit base 10? 9. Every base works like that. The largest single digit base 7 is 6. So the largest single digit base 3 should be 5. But he used a illegal. That doesn't make sense. It'd be like us saying to somebody, you know, how old are you? And you say, I am 1B. The shit. B is not legal in base 10. Yeah. It's legal in base 13 or something, yeah. Oh, subtraction. Are you subtracting? Oh, you're trying to subtract. Subtraction is only pairs. Never. Only pairs. Only one thing. And again, you know, they made a what's a mouse? It is, but it's not how I designed things. This should be 3600. Yes. Yeah, 2 zeros.
Could you show number 6 for 1.1?
Number 6.
6, 1.1.
Oh. Flush. Yeah. So you haven't done number 6 yet? It's up there, the one that looks like, unfortunately, it kind of reminds me of the coronavirus, but. Ferris wheel, that's better. Thank you. That's better than coronavirus.
It looks like the one where you're in a cage and it like.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Oh,
Okay. So number 6, has anyone tried that one out yet? You're like, dude, I skipped it hoping you didn't notice. Yes. You did. Okay. Here's one thing I would try when I'm doing this. There's one number that's in the middle. There's one number that's going to be involved in every sum, correct? That number is in the middle. And you're all like, yeah, Jeff, it's in the middle. Good job, buddy. It's in the middle. So where should it be from 1 to 19? What makes the most sense? It should be the number that's in the middle. So what's the number in the middle of 1 through 19? So that's one way to kind of start this. Is that the only possible answer? I don't know. I think there's multiple answers in this one, but that's one way to do it. Because if you do that, let me see. What do you guys think? What's the number in the middle of 1 through 19? What's in the middle of 1 through 19? Let's do it. All right, let's solve a simple problem. What's in the middle of 1 through 3? 2. What's in the middle of 1 through 5? 3. Right? You guys got it with me? So what's in the middle of 1 through 19? 10. Okay.
10.
So if we put 10 in the middle, I don't want to give this away. As I move around the thing, I can make one number go down and the other number go up. And that's the way I can make sure that the sum is always the same. What is 1 plus 10 plus 18? 1 plus 10 plus 18? 29. What's 2 plus 10 plus 17? 29. What's 3 plus 10 plus 16? If I keep changing, maybe one go up one and the other one go down one, isn't it always going to be the same sum? That's all I'm going to say. I've said too much.
Yeah.
Said too much about the coronavirus Ferris wheel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a classic
That makes a lot of
problem.
sense.
Okay. I don't blame you. When you first look at it, you're like, well, how the hell would I know? I expect somebody wrote every problem. How the hell would I know? How the hell would I know? Huh? Yes, you can say, well, I answered every single one. I answered every single one. Yes, you did. No, not multiples of 4. 0, 1, 2, 3. Those are base 4 numbers, right? What's the next base 4 number after 3? 1, 0. So go 0, 1, 2, 3, 10. Yes. 11, 12, 13, 20. It did say multiples of 4. It said base 4. So most of these could exist in base 4. There's no number 4 is number 6. Does that make sense? Okay. We'll just quick one. Oh, oh, because you use the same one 3 times. You can use it once. So you see how they're all basically, yeah. Yeah, I ran out of room there. That means 10 minus 3. I had room here to do it both ways. But then I was afraid it would get cut off. So that's just subtracting 1. This is 30. This is the symbol for minus 3. So that's another way of 20. But you don't have to use it.
No lo he hecho, pero ya lo entendí. Básicamente, nomás es uno.
No, because that's not how ours is. Ours is 1, 100 times 10. The next place should be 6 times 6. 36.
No, es que ya ahí es el 1 y 19. Mira, entonces sería, mira, por ejemplo,
And then since I'm in basics, those are all filled.
y el, digamos, el de
It's
este lado,
these problems that are going to
siempre
work.
va a ser, te agarras el
Because I don't know the big 7 numbers.
y del otro lado te agarras el
You put the 2 there, you put 5 there, you put 1
y
there,
de ahí
3 there.
más
And then you just have to put them back together, multiply and add.
10, 18.
So if you put this in the
1 más 11 más 19
This is hard, but so this has to get crossed from something. So I think
2 más 12 más 17. Creo que es 30, porque yo me estoy basando
And then,
Del más chico de este lado es el 1 y del más grande de este lado es el 2.
for example, if I
Eso ya,
put
eso ya. Bueno, entonces luego empezamos la
and,
siguiente.
what was the bigger one?
Siguiente.
Those have
Siguiente tembloroso.
11, 30, yeah. And
17.
then if I go to here, and I make this go up by 1, and I make this go down by 1, they still have,
15, 5.
that's the idea.
Ya, ya ven.
Tiene sentido, pero todos tienen que dar 30 entonces.
So that's why it's important to know who's on a single line. If you try to draw it
Yo
to
creo
both
que cuando
sides, then you kind of
cero.
lose what's
Si
on
hubiera
the
sido
line.
de 0 a 19.
Yeah,
Posiblemente por igual que con, ajá.
that's the easiest one to do.
Sí, ya con eso que dijo de lo de básicamente nos dio la, ajá, porque dijo que el número de mitad y después agarras de un extremo y agarras del otro extremo.
Well,
Siempre de un
it's
extremo y el otro
right?
extremo te van a dar la misma.
Everything's not in S or not in T. So it's easier to do the problem in steps, so like, what is, where do you want to? What is,
Sí, aquí está.
not in S? That's this stuff here, right? What is not in T? That's this stuff. So what's not in S
Cada tercero.
or not in T? What's the only thing that won't be shaded? Because to be in an or, you just have to be, yeah. Or means you just have to match one or the other one. So what's the only section that doesn't match either? The little middle dude. So the answer is going to have everything shaded except the little middle dude, because he's the only one that's not in one or the other. Yeah. I think you were next, but. I came. Nobody must take my question. I didn't bring my chains. I normally chain people to the desk. But no, you can. Where are we at here? Did you write out the first 20? Oh. Okay. Okay. So guys, there's that one problem that says right at the first 20 base 4 numerals, yes? What are the first 20 base 10 numerals? Just go over. Then when we get to 9, we roll over, yes?
Yes.
Okay. And then if I get to 19, I roll over, yes? So base 9, every time I hit, base 10, every time I hit a 9, the next one's gonna roll over. So now if I'm in base 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, I hit the highest single digit. So now it's gonna roll over. 10, 11, 12, 13. Now it's gonna roll over, exactly like 19 goes to 20, 13 goes to 20 in base 4.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because when I add 1, I get a 4, but that means I have 2 4s then. If I add 1, isn't this 4?
Yes.
And this is already a 4? So don't I have 2 4s, no 1s? So that's why it's 20. Now, you can't stop there, because it's not 20 really. It's not 20 digits yet. Alright, so, but you keep going. Yeah.
So, for example, if it asks us for how many numbers, because I think in that same question it's like how many numbers before 2000, base 4,
Oh yeah.
would counting, for example, from getting to 0 to 100, using that, like, for example, it's, let's say it's 15, multiply that.
You're trying to, but then you're mixing stuff from base 10 and base 4. Doesn't quite work that way.
Like, for example, how did I do it? So basically I took from 0 to 100, how many numbers it took to get to that. So that was, I think, 15. And then it asked me for 2000.
Oh, I
So
see.
then
Okay.
100, so basically.
Yeah. Okay.
26.
I'm with you. So then you multiply by 20?
Yeah, except for that one.
Yeah, okay. So you have to adjust that. Yeah, okay. That would work.
Yeah.
Yes. Because you basically would just repeat that same pattern
Mhm.
as you go above that. Now, one little thing, no, that's not quite right. Yeah, this is why I was thinking earlier. Once you get to like,
I mean, with TJ's it's like,
this number,
cause I don't wanna work.
right, and you add one, what's that?
So I'm quit and I got a job at Chick-fil-A's.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So there is a way to do it shorter than writing a stupid amount of numbers, but you have to be more careful than that, because, again, it's like I said at first, you're mixing base 10 and base 4, they have a turnaround point early. Yeah. And the way to do it, I mean, to be really honest, if you convert 2000 base 4 to base 10, isn't that just a count of how many numbers? Yeah, right? Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a very direct way to do it.
Yeah.
I was only there for like 2 months.
Right, you can do that.
Yeah.
It's really easy. It just gets stressful when there's more time, especially on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
It is A equals to B. So this is, okay, good. Let's see, what are they? 2, 4, yeah, they're not equal.
Tuesday, just make a reservation. Like call or
Answer the following
call it the
question.
day before the reservation. Because if not,
It's a yes or no question.
so we're getting
I don't know. Wait, are we set A or B here? Make sure we got the right call.
The only thing is there's like 7 managers.
That means it's backwards.
And then
This is set.
some of them you don't talk to because like, like there's like, so, 4 managers that you, let me try this again.
It's just the way that the scanning was
But they're all
done.
really nice. Let me look at it again. Nobody's like,
Okay.
the people that are chill. And then you can move up.
When you have 2 like that, that's 0. So that's its own place. There's nothing there yet.